homies. Who are you voting for? I'm asking all Canadians to vote responsibly. I'm voting for the PC Party of Canada. Let me know in the chat who you guys are voting for. I highly recommend and persuade all Canadians to think carefully about making sure they really strongly, probably entirely disagree with the Liberal Party. They've damaged Canadians. American women won't date us. They say we're damaged Canadian goods. They are returning us to Amazon.ca in droves. Dudes, if you want to date hot chicks from California, vote PC. Alright? Obviously this is this hour is full of light-hearted fun. And if you are having fun today, you have come to the right place to have a little more fun. Alright? I'll be showing my toes on this live stream. You can't make this up. Alright? Second of all, I'm an ultra hottie, looking to do ultra hottie like things. And that can only be described in several ways, which we'll get to talk about later on this episode. Right now, let's talk about Pierre Poilievre. Let's talk about the Conservative Party and how they are our only hope. At what a better future in Canada. The Liberals have decimated Canada almost overnight. It took 175 years to build Canada, and only 8 years of Liberal Justin Trudeau leadership, or lack thereof leadership, to destroy and dismantle all of Canada's patrons over the last 2 centuries, darn near. So we got to do something. All of Canadians didn't want this to happen. They never intended for this to be the way that it goes. So we have to take back Canada, one vote at a time, or 100,000 votes at a time. I'm not going to settle for less than one vote, though. I'm voting PC. I hope you guys will do the same. I hope you will teach your old parents, who probably are really old, that the Liberal Party of Canada is not the way forward in this next election. We must vote conservatively, as we are in a bit of trouble here. We're in a bit of a pinch. We're in a bit of a pickle, as it were. Pierre Poilievre is our last and only hope. Pick somebody in Star Wars that Pierre Poilievre looks like, and type it in the chat. Type who Carney looks like. Yeah, it's that easy. Carney is a spitting image of the Emperor. So we have to make sure that the Emperor is not allowed to maintain, retain, or get a hold of that throne again. You understand me? So we gotta go to the polls, and we gotta set it straight. I'm gonna be creating memes with the Carney Emperor. A New Hope is gonna be Pierre Poilievre. He looks a little bit like Chewbacca, don't you think? A little cross between Chewbacca and R2-D2 and Pierre Poilievre. Carney looks like the Emperor. When Carney walked into Canada this morning, it went dun 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 bum dum bum bum dum bum. Down, 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 down. And everyone was like, what the hell is that? Like every time Carney took a step, dum dum da dum dum da dum 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 dum. Da, 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 da. And I was watching it happen live. I was like, dude, is actually the music's coming from his heels of his feet, you guys. Can we really trust somebody who gets his shoes from the Fisher-Price Star Wars enemy section? From the bad guy section? Can we really trust somebody who wears Darth Vader shock-absorbing heels? Hey? And it just kept going. Carney was only walking like 5 steps and it played the song for 5 minutes. He's got to be the emperor. He actually kind of floated, though. I got to be real with you. Carney was floating to the Wendy's for a small fry yesterday. Man, I think we have one of the weakest world leaders right now in the world. I know Putin could take Carney in like 5 seconds, you know? Dagger eye him. He'd just use his dirty, dirty old dagger eye stare. Carney'd be down. Putin would glare, Carney'd be out cold. You know what I mean? Is Johnson still the guy in the UK there? Or did they get that? Is there a woman there now? Or I can't even remember. They've gone through like 9 prime ministers in 8 weeks in England. Poor people of England have no clue what's really going on, though. Every time somebody else steps in, what's really at play here? So right now, nobody has come in and said they're voting Liberal. 172 people have come in this evening and said they're all voting PC. So that's going to do it. Thank you so much, everybody. Everybody on the internet is voting PC. This is incredible. PC have it at least by, like I said, 66%. That's a huge number because, want to know why? It's a Vikings favorite number. Okay? 66.6 degrees. Longitude, latitude, and fortitude. You guys remember Tootie from Perfect Strangers or something like that? It's a different world than where you come from. So, I want to thank everybody for voting PC this year. Let's go. Alright, a nice cup of tea and a cup of soup. I am excited to vote Progressive Conservative Party of Canada, Pierre Poilievre. I think Pierre Poilievre is a much, much better choice than Pierre Trudeau's son, who gave the whole country over to a banker from, well, we don't really know, but we know Brookfield was doing business with China and took a deal for $250 million. They took a loan from China. Brookfield, go look it up. That's Carney's company, Carney's corporation. Brookfield took a Chinese deal. So next time you think Carney's for Canada, how come Carney's not doing business in Canada? Why is he doing business in China? Big business in China. So this is a guy you guys know nothing about. As voters, you should understand he is a businessman who loves doing business with China. Can we specifically specify any louder and harder? He is a huge international businessman who doesn't intend on doing any business in Canada. The facts are in. Brookfield went to China and did a big business deal, took a huge loan. So when a Canadian politician does big business overseas, does it scare you? It scares me. I don't want no businessman who is Canadian who is going to run our country doing business with China overseas, big business, while our country suffers. It looks like he's out just for greed, not to pump the tires of Canada and help Canadians. He's out there just to pump his own tires and make as much money while maybe living in Canada. That's unfair. That's unfair. How no Canadian would ever vote for such a dude. No Canadian. Carbon Carney is not the person you guys want to vote for. Carbon Carney also cannot be trusted, as he's got a track record that proves he sides with big business, not the people of Canada. And we've had enough people who in politics in our country who have sided with big business, and it's gotten our country nowhere. We want a politician, we want a prime minister that sides with the people. First, sides with the people. Second, sides with the people. Third, and foremost, sides with the people. Every time. Corporations are going to take a step back and have to recognize, to be in Canada, to do business in Canada, if you are a good businessman, you will be offered residence here in Canada. To bad businessmen who take advantage of Canadians, your citizenship will be rescinded. I can assure you these things will be put in place very soon, as we see a lot of bad business in Canada who are overstepping their bounds. Remember, there's only 3 people that own corporations. There are 33 million people that work for corporations in Canada. Remember that, folks. You can't be me. Stop trying. You look silly.